morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to TV6's Business Breakfast segment. Today is Monday, 7th November 2011, and I am Hayden Blades. November is a very special month for me because there are lots of birthdays and anniversaries. It's also a very expensive month, so I'd like to wish all the people born in November a happy birthday. Joining me on set this morning is graphic designer Mr. Adrian Vidal, who has written an interesting publication called 101 Ways to Make Money Legally in Trinidad and Tobago. Adrian says that he has written the booklet to promote more entrepreneurial activity in society in order to reduce the harsh effects of unemployment and encourage people to look away from criminal activities and seek the legal means for self-sustenance. Correct. Good morning, Mr. Vidal.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
And welcome to the Business Breakfast segment.
Thank you very
here
much.
On Morning Edition. 101 ways?
There are actually over 130 ways in the booklet, but the title is a little more catchy with 101 ways.
Yes?
Yeah.
So you mean that there are so many different ways for us to make money in this blessed country of ours?
Well, these ways are actually small business, low investment ideas. So there are even more ways than that. But these ideas I have here are targeted towards those who don't have the resources, meaning the financial resources, the extensive education, and perhaps even the family background to go into more extensive business.
Right.
This is for more the grassroots individual.
So what kind of businesses are we talking about here?
Well, there are a plethora of ideas, you know. They range from, they're actually listed in alphabetical order. And they have ideas like start a home business selling pepper sauce. You can do freelance. It depends on your niche.
Right.
And the reason there is such a wide variety of ideas is because I know that there are varied interests in our society. You know, we are a very diverse demographic. So I try to encompass as many ideas as possible to suit the many needs and desires of our citizens.
But I mean, you're talking about doing things like pepper sauce and so on. Those things require great skill. Actually,
no. I am actually running a pepper sauce business right now, and I don't have much skill or experience in that area.
So is it a good pepper sauce then?
Well, thus far I've had numerous rave reviews. I've had several comebacks, and it's a growing business that my wife and I actually opened less than 3 months ago.
But you know, it raises an interesting point. You know, if we can, in fact, we have some of the best pepper varieties in this country.
Not just pepper, but food on the whole.
Yeah, food on the whole. I just want to deal with the pepper issue for a second. But yet we import Tabasco sauce. We can create pepper sauces that can rival Tabasco sauce on any given day.
I have created some.
In our worst day, and you, even a novice at making pepper sauce, can in fact receive these rave reviews.
Yeah.
Why is it we are still importing Tabasco pepper sauce?
I think because some of our citizens believe that the products that we get from abroad are of higher quality and standards. There's that sort of illusion. And as far as pepper sauce goes, I am here to shatter that illusion and bring my pepper sauce on the market and show people that what we have here is just as good or better than what we can get abroad.
Now, for these micro enterprises, small enterprises, to be successful, we have to get our countrymen and women to embrace what is produced locally. Well, how do we change people's perception?
We have to bring a quality product that is unquestionably good.
Yeah.
We have to bring something that no one can argue of its, for example, in my pepper sauce, its taste. You know, if you're going to be selling anything that is of, let's say, of a crafts nature, it has to be of good quality, it has to be sturdy and rigid. It can't be something questionable that people are going to say, well, this is local and I don't really want to buy it because next thing you know, it fall apart. No, we need to create that sort of confidence in our own products.
Yes, and yes.
I believe our citizens have more than enough talent to do so.
You know, there's a juice called Bear Fruit. I know the manufacturer of that particular product. Have you had a chance to sample?
Yes. I prefer the natural juices to the soft drink, and I do buy that juice as well as a variety of other local juices from time to time, and they're all very good.
What do we need to do to encourage people to actually take that step and actually go into business? What I have found is that many of our entrepreneurs sometimes go into business as a last resort. you know,
Well, you
when
see,
they
that
can't
is-
get a job
Ah.
or when they've lost a job, you know, so the job security thing is no longer something that they can pursue for whatever reason. And so as a last resort, they go into business. What is it that we can tell our young people so that what they need to know about business so that they can in fact view business as a viable career option?
Well, the culture that we have been raised in is you go to school, you get a good job, perhaps you seek tertiary education and you get, you know,
A better job.
better job.
Right.
And I think as poignant as that is, we need to sort of shift the paradigm and let people know, especially the youth, as you say, that it's not necessarily, the answer is not always necessarily a job. Sometimes you can use your own knowledge to benefit yourself directly and even perhaps create employment for other people.
Right, but what do we need to impart to them?
We need to get this booklet in the schools.
Fair
and we
enough.
need to start an entrepreneurial drive in the schools. We need to have teachers that, you know, they have workshops.
Right.
You know, like you may have like a mock business sort of project where one part of the class opens a business and the other opens another business to see which one will do better, that type of thing. That's just one idea that I had that could promote more entrepreneurial activity from the schools itself. Start from young. And then also there are those who may not be as academically inclined as others. So we need to also encourage them that, look, you may not have the higher education, but you can still do something with whatever you have.
Right.
Use what you have and don't just throw your arms up in the air and say, well, I can't get a job, so, you know, I'm unemployed. Unemployment is only an issue if you make it an issue. I currently do not have an employer. I am currently self-employed and I'm surviving quite well, actually.
Is it in terms of the running a business, are the requirements to satisfy all of the statutory, legislative requirements, are those onerous on small businesses? Having to file their taxes, do their accounting?
I'm speaking of legal endeavors in every aspect of the word. You have to register your business. Once you have your idea, you register your business with legal affairs. You file for your taxes when they are due.
Right.
You pay your NIS for your employees, and you follow all the requirements necessary for running a legitimate business. I'm not talking about...
But there is a process by which you have to apply for these BIR numbers, you have to apply for an NIS number, and so on. You have to, in some cases, they may get so large that they may qualify to actually charge VAT on some of these items, etc.
But that is the idea, you know, the idea is to grow.
Right, but the question is the environment, the regulatory environment, is it an enabling environment, or is it an environment that discourages people? You know, there is so much red tape in setting up these businesses that there is a lot of running around to be done, which discourages the person who is just interested in making pepper sauce.
There are a number of things that would discourage you from doing business.
Yeah.
And if you let that stop you, then you'll never be successful, because that is just a small part of the fundamental process of starting any business. So if you're going to be a businessman and not a hustler or some sort of, you know, peddler, you have to follow the laws of the land.
Yes.
And you said, you know, discouragement. Discouragement is something that comes in many forms and shapes, you know.
Right.
So you can't let these things that are fundamental parts of starting a business discourage you, because there are much larger, more difficult things to overcome when you do start a business. So you have to, first of all, be determined. You have to be patient. And you have to know that, look, this is my goal, this is what I intend to do, and I'm going to do it.
What are your views in terms of how entities like NEDCO, BDC, and so on, even the Agricultural Development Bank, what are your views in terms of how these entities actually support this kind of movement into business?
Well, from what I have heard from persons who have utilized their services, is they are very good, and they're very encouraging services. They help people who have good ideas to actually manifest their ideas into a working, functioning business, and they don't just hand you the money. From what I understand, they give you advice and they give you counseling as to how to proceed with certain aspects of starting your business and continuing it to greater success.
All right, what we're going to do, Mr. Vidal, we're going to take a quick break. Over 101 ways to make money legally in Trinidad and Tobago. You're viewing the Business Breakfast segment on Morning Edition. We'll be right back after this.